Hey there, this is Dave Gleason. This is my facility, Athletic Revolution. We're located just south of Boston in Pembroke, Massachusetts, and today I have a short video about giving ownership back to your young athletes in terms of helping them develop not only physical literacy, but a physical culture about them that could literally last them a lifetime. In addition to that, I have a question for you. Are your athletes learning anything in your programs? For me, that's extremely important. I want, as part of their physical literacy and their physical culture, to know that they're actually learning how what they do benefits them. Now, I'm not talking today about 6 to 9-year-olds. They just want to have fun. And they want to know, if I play this game, it's going to be fun. That's pretty much it, right? 10 to 13-year-olds is the age group that I'm going to talk about. This is certainly applicable for your 14-plus groups as well. But my 10 to 13s, that's such a pivotal, transitional age group in terms of their overall development, not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically. I just kind of did this little experiment a few weeks ago. I wrote an article, and I wanted to talk to you about it very briefly, and I challenge you to do this. I really do. What I did to give ownership back to my group is I literally let them run a session. Now you might be thinking, well, you're nuts, man, because you don't want to let your kids start running the way that you execute your programming. That's not what I'm talking about. Here's what we did. During a class, it was just about the end of the school year, public school year, and you know how that time of the year kids are getting used to, or not even getting used to, they're just trying to comprehend that the schedule is going to change. Things are still heavy on them at school, yet they feel like we're almost done. They're just out of their minds. So it's really difficult to get a lot out of them, and once more to get them to focus for you. So what we did was this. While they were foam rolling, I asked the group, what are we working on right now? And one of the kids raised his hand and he said, tissue quality. And I said, what does that mean to you guys? Someone else raised their hand. And they talked about how the analogy that we use, it's kind of like the difference between stretching a wrinkled t-shirt and ironing it. We're just trying to get our muscles in better shape to do what we're going to ask them to do. Perfect. I know they're starting to learn. So I carried that on throughout the entire class. When we do our programming here, I use a template system to make sure that we hit all these developmental markers or elements within our programming for every age group. So I put it up to them this way. What's next, guys? What do we always work on after tissue quality? And you guys can work together if you're stuck on the answer. And lo and behold, they came up with the answer. The next thing that we do is active range of motion and muscle activation. Fantastic. Someone raised their hand and give me an activity we've done for this category of activities in the past. And then they started to come out, whether it's hip bridges, single leg hip bridges, prone extensions, thoracic rotation movements. I was elated. I know that my group is learning now. And guess what? They learned even more that day because they were all thinking about it in a different context. It wasn't grilling them. It wasn't a test that day. It was all done in fun. It was very light, and we kept going. We kept going. They went through coordination. They went through systemic strength. And of course, at the end, their favorite was gameplay and cooperation, and I definitely let them layer in as much as they wanted to there. So again, this is doable. You guys can do this with your groups. Should you do it all the time? I don't think so. We program out a week at a time for this age group, but I wanted to let them know as well, this is exactly what we do. This is what my assistant coaches and I do, and we sit down in the office and we program out thinking about where they are and where we need to try to take them and what we think we can offer them that week. Talk about giving ownership over an activity, an exercise program to a young child. It's exactly what we did. And the weeks following, the last month for this group has been phenomenal, and I think it really stems from that. Sometimes in our field, our industry, the fitness industry, we stumble upon things. I think it's so important that we share those things with each other, share best practices, maybe even share things that don't work that well, so that we all get better together. We need to work together to better serve the kids in our programs and our facilities. So I hope that this helps you. Try it. And again, I just want to lay this out there. Make sure you're teaching your athletes something. Okay, they need to walk away from the sessions not only better athletes, not only better people, but more knowledgeable, athletic intelligence, so they know why they're doing what they do. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. We'll be doing more videos in the future, so stay tuned. Thanks so much.